everybody, how are you? It's Sanskritiverma here, and today we are finally going to discuss the most awaited book, which is Midnightsun. It is the part of the Twilight series, and I actually made a video of the Twilight books reviews earlier, which were these. I still have as a bookshelf right now. I preserved them so much. It is basically the Twilight saga. All these books are lined here. Yup. So now we will discuss about Midnightsun today. But first, 1 minute silence on what's with the book cover. Literally, what is it? I mean, the pomegranate was so much disgusting at first that the trypophobia people were literally thinking to not read the book just cause of the book cover. I mean, we say that never judge a book by its cover, but still, this time actually we were like supposed to or something. But then when I researched more, I got to know by Times of India, reference quoting, the Midnightsun pomegranate represents us looking into Edward's inner feelings. And apparently the Latin word for pomegranate is apple with many seeds. So we are getting the same as the first Twilight books, just a different variation as it's from Edward's rather than Bella's perspective. So I think that as the Twilight book, I need to find it from the bookshelf. So as the Twilight book, the red apple for the Twilight book, right? So for Midnightsun, it is pomegranate. And right now I'm not having the Midnightsun book because I went on a trip and I thought that why not to give a go at audiobook, because at the last moment the Amazon won't be able to deliver it at my location. So it was better to go for audiobook, at least for this time, most probably more because this time somebody who narrated the audiobook was amazing. And I think the video is also on YouTube, so you guys can watch it by typing Midnightsun audiobook and you will get it. So finally, when we are discussing about reviews, to be very honest, I will give this book, like independently, a 3 out of 5. But if we are going with the Twilight saga, after reading a Twilight book, it would be like 4 out of 5. Yep, that's my review. I think that after 15 years or 12 years of awaiting about Midnightsun, Stephenie Meyer finally improved her writing. And this book is really gripping, as we all know that I haven't seen many reviews till now, so giving spoilers wouldn't count. But for those of you who don't know that the story is about what, so there is a girl named Bella who is very normal and kind of cringy, as shown and portrayed in Twilight as well as in the movies. So she goes to study in a town called Fergus, and there she meets a monster who is actually a vampire. So this story is more like a Beauty and the Beast one, but it's more like 2 boys and 1 girl, because later her best friend, kind of like Jacob, he comes out to be a werewolf, which is more frustrating. But actually it led to the formations of 2 teams, as Team Edward and then Team Jacob. I still have many people as Team Jacob, but I'm from Team Edward. You never know. So now, as going for the comparison between Twilight and Midnightsun, there are many plots where we actually get to know a lot more about Edward. As we know that Edward is a mind reader, I don't think that after 15 years the spoilers would count, but Edward is a mind reader and we get to know a lot about people, what they are thinking, and more often about their backgrounds. Specifically when in Twilight, Bella is shown to be like cooking or like writing mails to her mother. That particular time, Edward is kind of hunting or controlling his temptation to not kill Bella. So that is kind of more helpful, and there are many times when Edward is watching Bella and we don't get to know that in Twilight. So I think that's more helpful as well. Now, comparing, I think Midnightsun is way better than Twilight, to be honest. Specifically when Stephenie Meyer improved her writing, as well as the kind of plots and the kind of effect, intriguing effect it has on people. The way it is described, each emotion, and how Edward is thinking about Bella and everything, we actually get to know that it is more of like dark romance rather than a a very light one, as shown from Bella, who is very, very normal girl. So the Twilight book has been shown more like a normal girl who sees a vampire, it's just there and gets used to it and really wants to be a vampire. But here there is Edward, who tries his best to see a lot of things, but then there are also very unnecessary plots in this story. So when people ask me that is it worth reading, so I would say yes, it's worth reading, but there is also one question which is asked more, that few years back someone leaked this story online, and like around 5 chapters from Midnightsun, and I hope like many Twilight people, like the lovers of Twilight, would have read the book. So is the plot same? So kind of the plot is changed, like in the bookstore there is Bella with Jacob, but in this book there is no mention of Jacob. So yeah, there are some plots changed so that the readers won't find it boring and they don't stop reading, but they love it actually. So that's the thing. And also people ask that is the plot changed from Twilight? So no, the plot is same, but there are more descriptions about people, about their backgrounds, because Edward is around like 104-7 years old and Bella is more like a human. So Bella's perspective is more towards the human one, and Edward's perspective is towards how vampires and Cullens actually think. Because as you know, the Cullen family is like kind of like a typical dream, as my title says, because everybody wants that kind of family, don't they? Yep. Okay, so also people ask that why the story actually ended showing Bella's mother, who is Rennie, and Edward's sister, who is Rosalie, as kind of evil and off. I know they're off, but I think that it is just because it was left midway. The book wasn't complete, as well as there are many other parts when they go for their honeymoon and when they actually like get married. There are so many parts and people are dying to know about those parts, what actually happened, how Edward thinks, and a lot of things. So people are waiting for those, and as well as people really want to know about what actually happened later. So since it just like stopped in between, the portrayal of her mother and Rosalie was of course off and kind of like hateful towards Bella. What to do? Also, there are some plots which people actually wanted to know more about Edward's perspective, like Edward's post-breakup life in New Moon, Bella and Edward reuniting in Italy and meeting with the Valkyrie. The Valkyrie is also not mentioned so much in Midnightsun, except for the introduction part. As well as when Jacob Black kisses Bella in Eclipse, Edward connecting with the Colette back, Edward and Bella's wedding day, the newlywed South American honeymoon and Bella's surprise pregnancy, or Edward's first time, and Edward's first hunting trip with Bella after she turns, and the first time Edward reads his daughter's mind. So I think that these plots are actually very much important for Twilight fans, but I don't think the Stephenie Meyer is about to write more on it, as she has claimed. But I think that the movies won't be also made, because already with the same plot a movie has been made. So who knows? People are also asking about the order in which they should read the book. So if I would be like pointing from here, we will go as Twilight. Here you have Twilight, and then you can turn to Midnightsun, because right now the plots are same, right? So once the plots are same, it would be good that you are getting all perspectives and everything straightened out. Then you can go to Midnightsun and also Life and Death if you want, 10th anniversary version. So in that version you will get to know about how the gender is changed. So after that you will go for New Moon, and after New Moon you will go for Eclipse. Oh my gosh, it was about to fall. Eclipse, yep. And then after Eclipse you will go for Breaking Dawn. Yep, it's kind of like much heavier book, right? So there is also one book which you can read after Eclipse if you want the order. It is the short second life of Bree Tanner. So I have read this book. I can make a review on it, so I will make a review on it. Currently I'm reading Life and Death, yeah. So after reading, perhaps I will publish a video on this one also. And I think that all these books makes sense, but it is more important that you actually read Edward's one more, specifically because it will give you good perspective, and how the writing and everything improved is more exciting and intriguing as a whole. So finally, at last, I want to conclude that this book is actually a dream. Midnight Sun is actually a dream. You should definitely read this book, because as Twilight fans, and after reading Twilight and everything, you cannot skip this book, right? It is kind of like a do or die situation. So you should actually read this book, and it is very, very captivating. It will grip you. It won't let you to leave. Most of the people I know have read this book in 2 days, kind of like double the size of all these, you know. It's like this huge. So you can finally read it. And at last also, there is a very cute thing that Stephenie asks you to write your name in the last page. So if you buy the book, you can write your name in the last page as well. I think that's kind of cute for people, especially teenagers. So yeah, that's something. I hope you enjoy the video. Please like, comment, share, subscribe my channel, and I will soon publish the reviews of the second book, which was Life and Death as well, and the short second life of Pre-Tanner as well. Take care. Bye bye.